out of the 7.9 billion population of the world, on an average, around 1,000 climbers every year try to scale the highest mountain of the world, that is Mount Everest. It is a very attracting and fascinating peak, very beautiful, extremely challenging, yes, of course. And at that altitude, when you're climbing, your body is exhausted and you're craving for oxygen. But what drives to climb such a majestic mountain? Is it just the height that attracts people, or the journey? I would say in 2019, when I stood on top of the world, the moment I reached the top, I had a complete flashback of my journey. And that is when I realized that it is not about the time that I spend on the top, but the journey that led me to it was really important. And here today I share with you my journey to top of the world. Mountaineering has given me a lot. When I was in my young days, my parents, they asked me, how would you like to spend your vacation? And as any normal 90s kid would answer, I said, okay, I'd like to play video games, I'd like to, play badminton, play cricket with my friends and go out. They said, why not you go on a hike? This is for the first time that I heard the word hike. I said, okay, what exactly is this? So they said there is a trek in the Himalayan region, and it will, take you to an altitude of 10,500 feet. And this pass, Chandrakhani Pass, is located there, and it will be covered with full of snow. So would you like to experience this? I said, yeah, sure, why not? And they said, meanwhile you'll make new friends on the way. I was really excited and curious to see what lies there. And that is how my journey began into the Himalayas. And as they say, once you go, definitely you lose some part of you. And every year, year after year, you try to go again and again to search that part. My soul was left in the mountains long back, and every year I just went to find it. Year after year, maybe the region changed, the places changed, the height and the altitude that to be gained changed. But one thing that remained the same was the preparation and the learning. So definitely it was one of my most beautiful journey. And slowly I really started, liking the mountains to an extent where I became so passionate that I thought, okay, one day I wish to climb the highest mountain in the world. But we all know that era, very less information was available, say it online or through media, and not much people were talking about it. So this was a sport which was not evolved, but definitely there were lots of books and magazines available. So I started my research. Slowly and steadily I realized and I understood that mountaineering is a very vast subject that you can learn. It includes the geographical features, it includes your study of weather, it includes the study of different terrains, and that really made me excited and curious, to learn more and more. And as years passed, I did my mountaineering courses from Atal Bihari Vajpayee Institute of Mountaineering and Allied Sports located in Manali. After completing my basic mountaineering and advanced mountaineering courses, I started doing expeditions. Now, when you are doing an expedition, you face so many challenges. There are hundreds and thousands of reasons to turn around. The cold weathers, the temperature drops to sub-zero temperatures, barely your fingers can move, and there are, lots of cold shivers, and your face and your muscles go numb, and very difficult situations, winds blowing so high. Sometimes the wind on a mountain top can go up to 80 to 100 kilometers per hour. Literally at times I realized that then when there were heavy winds and we were in our tent, we were so scared that what will happen next. If these winds last, they would blow us off the mountain. And those were the days where I learned to fight my fears. And then I slowly started my journey of patience and understanding. One fine such incident I would love to share. So we were climbing in Kashmir, and few of my friends, we were stuck in a snowstorm So we were in a very small tent on a mountain and there was nothing nearby, and it started snowing heavily and we got stuck there for 3 days. We could not move out because there was a complete whiteout. We could not see our steps and the safest path down. So we had to wait there. And meanwhile the snowfall started accumulating on our tents. So basically it forms a layer as the snow keeps on falling, and one after the other the layers keeps on forming. And every 1 hour or maybe so we have to get out of our tent and remove the snow from a shovel so that we do not get buried, or else we will be buried to death. And at that time we understood what is self-motivation. So we had each other's back and we said, okay, don't worry, everything will be fine, and this storm will shall pass by, and definitely there will be a beautiful morning and we'll step down from the mountain with safety. So we had our patience, we waited there for 3 days, and we just went out to get ice to make water for our food, and to use the washroom, and to shovel the snow out. So this is all we did for 3 days, and barely we could sleep with the winds gusting and the snowstorm blowing our tents, etc. And so that is when I realized, that how important it was to stay calm and to find out a solution rather than panicking. So that really helped me in my day-to-day life to grow as a human being. These mountain lessons I'll never forget because I have experienced them. So that is why I say whatever I have learned, it's not just through the books, but through the lap of the nature. It has really taught me a way of life and to live. In the year 2018, when I was climbing in Ladakh, in the cold winters of Ladakh, I still remember we climbed Mount Stok Kangri, one of the toughest climb I would say. While descending, it was extremely cold and the endeavor took us 22 hours. And due to the cold, even after wearing 2 layers of glove, I lost my thumb to frostbite. So the right tip of the thumb was lost. We have to amputate it because it was frozen. And 2 months of excruciating pain. I couldn't sleep at night. And there were so many negative thoughts that what am I doing? Is it the right thing? Why am I suffering so much? Is it really worth it? But I don't know what happened. Suddenly a question struck my mind that are you willing to give up? What if you are not able to step in the mountain tomorrow? Will it affect you? And that one thought was more painful than the actual pain. And then I decided that no matter what, but I'll not give up on mountaineering. I'll fight and I'll come back stronger. I started training harder, and so the pain, I got strength to bear the pain, and definitely a lesson that next time to be extra cautious, and no matter what the situation is, still give your best. And this is one of the best lessons I would say that I have learned from the mountains. And year after year, I was really blessed, as if the mountains have welcomed me with their open widespread arms. And I was really lucky that I could scale 8,000 meter peaks, all in the first attempt, no repeats. For many mountaineers, it takes a lifetime to attempt a mountain. Some took maybe 2 attempts, 3 attempts due to bad weather and so many adverse conditions. But I was really lucky enough to have got the best of the weathers and to be here alive to talk to you and share my experience. And the mountains have really been a major part of my life. So they have given me a lot, and now I wish to return it back to them. So my day starts with the mountains, and my lifestyle. So I would say rather than that choosing mountaineering as a sport, I have chosen it as my lifestyle. So I think about the mountains, I read about the mountains, I eat about the mountains. So definitely everything that I do is related to the mountains. That what should be my diet here, so that when I'm in the mountains I'll be comfortable to whatever I'm getting there. So what all should I train for so that I am comfortable in the mountains? What all should I read about so that it gives me a useful knowledge to be prepared and be practical in the mountains. So over these years I was able to study and I was able to understand the mountains, and I was really blessed to be one of those to experience the most beautiful sunsets. We have seen the most beautiful sunrises, and the different types of wild animals present, the flora and fauna, sitting beside a river, watching the millions of stars in the night shining bright from the tent. Yes, definitely it's a very beautiful and a breathtaking experience. And one thing that I am gonna say, that the time that I spend on each of my expedition is written in golden words in my memory, and I'll never forget that. And I would like to say that mountains have made the best person out of me, and definitely more to come over the years. Now I look forward to is different kinds of challenging expeditions where I could break barriers and set up a new bar in the field of mountaineering. I was really blessed by the government of India as they presented me with the prestigious Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award for my achievements in the field of mountaineering. And this award was presented to me by the Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, on the National Sports Day. But the journey does not end here. Now it gives me more motivation, and it gives me a different mindset to look at things, that whatever the mountains have given me, now it's my turn to give them in return. So whenever I am hiking or whenever I am in the mountains, I make sure that I try to bring as much as waste possible. So the plastic waste that lies on the mountain, it is really difficult to take it off or clean it. So I organize clean up camps to clean the mountains and in return help them heal. And now more than, I would say, just the nature, it has become my friend, and I really understand the pain that it is going to. And I really appeal to the youth through this platform, that definitely they should lend a helping hand to help save our nature for a clean tomorrow, a green tomorrow. And we all know that life has been, after lockdown, really hard and harsh. So many conditions have been affected, the air is getting polluted, and lots of things. So it is us who have to come together and to help our world heal in a better way. There are glaciers melting, there is global warming at an alarming rate, and we read it every day in the newspapers. So many changes happening in day-to-day life, and various factors, there is so much factors responsible for the growth of this, but everything is in our hands. So every bit that we can contribute to save our environment really means a lot. So it is, I try to come across different types of ways to help and to bring people together to save our environment. And hopefully there will be some day that we will have mountains which are again flourished and they are really to the max of their beauty. And I wish that we all explore the adventure side of us, and it may not be just a mountain. Everybody has their own Everest or their own mountain to climb. You may be an engineer, you may be a doctor, you have your own mountains to climb. But through these values that I learned from the mountain, that is patience, hard work, discipline, and never giving up attitude. If you follow all these, definitely you will stand on the top someday. If not today, then tomorrow. Things will take place and things will happen. But all you need to is keep calm and keep working hard. So stay focused, stay healthy, and wish you all the luck for all your Everest in future.